Nick! My apologies, I mean no offense. I couldn't help myself. Welcome to this Starship Stats Review video. I'm Captain Ri'shad, aka the Renegade, and it's not very often a Federation officer like myself gets the opportunity to review a Klingon starship. I guess that's one of the gifts of the alliance with the Klingons, and the Romulans, and Dominion. So, before we really get into this, allow me to inform you what will be happening here. Just a brief rundown on what the ship is and how you acquire it, then we'll take a look at her possible customization options very quickly. This is actually quite a bit there, but that will be covered in more detail with the visual review. Then we'll take a look at the ship's stats and what you actually acquire with this ship. And finally, we'll take her into action. Now, before we get into all that, just a brief bit on how you acquire her. So what should be noted is the fact that this ship has been mass produced and quickly rolled out by the Klingon Empire, taking advantage of ancient lost technologies combined with newer technologies to develop this mighty vessel. I say mighty considering the way she is produced. Like I said, she's designed for mass production and rapid rollout. She is a free to acquire starship. In order to acquire her, you must know a Klingon recruit, English me. Once the Klingon recruit has done enough missions and taken part in the bringing down the house and taken out a certain officer at the Batlift tournament, you will find that you are able to acquire this vessel. Once unlocking it, you can then unlock it on any other captain by going to the correct agent at your correct port of call. So, a free ship that is mass produced. Let's see what that means for you guys. Shall we begin? Just a little thing found post recording in test. If you have the tier 6 Machala Pilot Bird of Prey from the Zen store, then you can actually use the skin of this ship on that vessel. And it should be noted that the pilot variant from the Zen store is superior. So, just something to keep in mind as we go forwards. So here is the mighty Machala refit. And what can we note on her? Well, first of all, you do have the Machala Pilot Bird of Prey skin. I think we can see where the aesthetics come from now. Yeah, quick to say, I've never been a fan of Discovery Klingon ships. Good to see STO is still amazing at making a Discovery ship look amazing. Actually give them more credit because they've managed to make a Discovery ship look amazing when I didn't like the way it originally looked to begin with. So that is something good. Now, off target there. We do have the Bird of Prey look. We have the Machala refit as a natural aesthetic, and then you have what you saw me flying, which is the refit alternative. All that is really doing is adding a pattern on, which is the trim vulture apparently. And the vulture skin. Essentially, it's giving it the vulture paint to it. Which, I can't complain. It gives you a nice feel of what you're going with. There is no unique bridge available to this ship, but that's not necessarily a problem since they have done a nice overhaul in the bridges anyway. No special windows, but hey, there shouldn't be any like escape pods on this ship to begin with, so why is there a special windows? I'm kind of glad. Yes. And then the hull types you have available are the Burrell, which looks very interesting on this ship, the Charg, if you remember that temporal ship, the Katinga Alpha, Katinga Beta, my personal favourite, what can I say, the Machala, which, it's okay, the Korg, I can't say it. The TOS D7, which looks absolutely stunning, maybe a bit too smooth. Type 0 through to Type 4. Type 4 looking amazing. Upgrade, Veteran, Vulture, and Rodeval. She's personally one of my favourites again. She's a nice looking ship, we gotta give her that. And a decent amount of customizations available. It's just a shame you can't swap out few of the pods. It would have been nice to just, as much as I'm not a fan of its aesthetic, it would have been nice to see maybe having a way to put those wings onto this ship, just to make them a bit more violent looking. Because it's only the top half of that ship I don't really like. I don't mind the wings. Damn! Anyway, out to flight. Let's go look at those stats, shall we? Ha! Welcome to the Alliance. Kind of fitting, really. And on that note, before you get into the stats, please keep in mind that this vessel is being mass-produced and quickly rolled out by the Klingon Empire themselves. This is their gift to allies of the Alliance and the Empire as such, and it is also being mass-produced and rolled out to new Klingon recruits in order to ascertain worthy captains for more powerful Klingon vessels. As such, you will, more often than not, within the Empire itself, see this being commanded by very inexperienced captains. So they couldn't put too much of worth into the vessel. It's too easy to lose them. In theory, you never know. A experienced captain may make these stats work well. Let's see. We have a tier 6 Raider type with a base hull at level 65 of 42,750. A little bit light on that armor, isn't it? The hull modifier is 0.95 with a shield modifier of 0.8. This is actually the same as the pilot bird of prey, the Machala pilot version. Her turn rate is 20, her impulse modifier is 0.21, her inertia rating is 85, and she comes with a bonus power settings of plus 15 to weapons, plus 5 to engines, and then 4 forward weapons, 2 aft, able to equip dual cannons, and of course has an experimental weapon equipped. It's nice that they threw that in for such a cheaply produced vessel. Using an antimatter core and able to equip 2 device slots, this ship has 2 less consoles than you would typically see on a on their tier 6 vessel, with her having only 4 tactical consoles, 2 science and 3 engineering. That again, 4 tactical, 2 science, 3 engineering. Now, I say she's down because I'm comparing her against the recently released Alliance Raider, that Klingon Romulan crossover, which has 1 extra tactical and 1 extra engineering. But again, let's keep in mind that this is a quick rollout vessel. I think we can sacrifice 1. After all, if you're worthy enough for an X upgrade, you do gain 1 universal console slot, which will make up for her weak spots. Quite easily, actually. Final thing to really discuss on the stats wise, we have her bridge officer seatings, which has no specialist bridge officers. This is again due to her cheap manufacturing style. It was not possible to put specialist bridge officers on the vessel. However, she does have a universal across the board. So this is 1 commander universal, 2 lieutenant commander universals, and 1 lieutenant universal. 4 seatings in total, and a lot of flexibility and power to be had with this Raider. Overall, what does this mean for the vessel? Well, you can see how they managed to mass produce this vessel so easily and so quickly. They cut the corners where they could. However, despite the lack of specialist positions, this vessel still has plenty of flexibility to bridge officers for any role you need. Actually, more than plenty, because they're all universal. She is forward biased, and that will help her in DPS. Her console's also definitely towards tactical DPS, though I wouldn't really consider trying to tank or support role with her. It is still possible to roll a support with her if you wish. Her turn rate is absolutely amazing, and unfortunately that leads to her only real weakness being beyond that. The fact that due to her cheap rollout, she's very lightly armoured, and when on that note will not be all that feasible as a tank. I know there are tanks out there, tank captains out there, who will be able to make her tank. To you guys, my hats go off, because that's impressive. But I strongly advise only considering her if you are a DPS or a DPS variant support player. With this being noted, the final things to really discuss on her before we get into trait and stats is the fact that she does have the enhanced battle cloak, which is yeek, just double checking where I have it. The most up-to-date variant, we're not using Discovery's one. And she comes with the enhanced induction coil. This found on a relatively low, what used to be a Zen ship, now dilithium, Klingon vessel. The enhanced induction coil is a DPS coil, if anything. Or DPS console, sorry, if anything. Shrink. So, let's discuss this. Active abilities only, no passive. She gives an enhanced boost to weapons, engines, and Ox power buff. Please note there though, that did not talk for defense. This can be combined with the quantum warhead module to get overcloaked, which is relatively useful. Whoopties, information, more details. Overcloak will give you a 20% recharge time reduction on your cloaking after decloaking, and plus 1.5% critical chance with plus 7.5 critical severity bonus for brief duration. It's not bad. Keeping in mind that, like we said, this console is boosting offensive mainly. She gets plus 50 to weapon power settings, plus 50 to engine power settings, plus 50 to auxiliary power settings for 15 seconds, then plus 10 to maximum weapon, engine and auxiliary power settings, again for 15 seconds. This skill can be benefited by battery expertise. So if you have improved battery expertise, this console itself does get stronger. I do not, so you are seeing the base level of this. It's very rare you see me utilizing batteries. Haha! Final thing to note, we have Withering Barrage. If you've not had this console before, let me just explain it to you in the short variant. It's amazing. Get this trait now. If you're a cannon player, get this trait. I can go one step further actually. Yoink. I love how things keep going off there. Here, Withering Barrage. Yoink. When equipped, it increases cannon scatter volley and extends it for 4 seconds. For those that don't know, cannon scatter volley is pretty much a meta when it comes to cannon builds. And more beyond that, cannon scatter volley 3 combined with this is going to really help you if you are a DPS player. It's powerful. Now, with that being noted, I think we discussed, or we really need to discuss it. Oh, sorry, Admiralty stats for this ship is Engineering 33, Tactical 54, no duh, and Science 21. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes. We should take this ship in the battle, shouldn't we? Time for me to stop wasting your time, and let's see what this mass production bird of prey can do for you. Helm. Ooh, that's not the one. Take us out. Hey, Pixie! What, this ship is named after Metal Pixie. Okay, so time to take her into action. Oh yeah, don't mind me, I may have just swapped her out and given her the Jem'Hadar skin. Yes. I like my grey and purple, what can I say? Oh, we've also gone for a cannon build. Have fun with that. Nothing really over the top that I have to show off here, so I'm going to just have some fun. Yay! Wipe them all out. Oh, this is going to be quick. So, yeah, for those wondering exactly what's possible, there you go. This is a focused DPS build, though. I have focused in the DPS area rather than anything else, but I have at least given myself gravitational well for, well, this next bit. Oh, we're gonna have some fun. And again, I'm using traits that are gonna boost the cannon output. Don't you bloody run from me. Get these positions right. Ooh, okay. Sorry about that loud noise. Shields are damaged, go around, and it's down. There we go. Booyah! Right, next target, Keldon class. This one's going to require a bit more damage output. Again, I'm working on a plasma base. Let's go for it. Woohoo! Maybe didn't want to do that. I'm trying to focus all my damage into one area. Get the little monkey! At least I can cloak in the middle of battle. Yes, yes. Wait. You son of a monkey's arm. How very dare you? Eat all that. Bringing out extra toys? That's cheating. Can't be having that now, can we? Oh, considering I'm not really good with raiders, I've never been a fan of raiders. I'm enjoying this one. It's got low armor as well. I'm really enjoying this one. Full low armor. Strange. Let's approach our friend. Hello, Jem'Hadar. See how many of these I can wipe out in one blast. Come on! Ah, only one of them. Wait, yes! I was going to say, only one of them. Got all of them. Yeah! Machala win! Puny Jem'Hadar! Even if I am using Jem'Hadar skin right now. So, am I allowed to just say I love this ship? I mean, I really like the look of this ship. Of the 3 visual reviews I've got to do next, this is definitely going to be the first one I do. I mean, way to make a Discovery looking ship. Way to make a Discovery Klingon vessel look amazing. I like it. So, okay. Final thoughts and breakdown. I'll try and keep this quick for you guys because it's a free ship. There's not really a lot to say on it anyway. Final thoughts is, as a tank, to score it as a tank, let's bear in mind that she's actually a raider. She is a 4 out of 10 as a tank. Obviously, she just doesn't do it well. In any degree. As a support, the support potential is there. So she gets 6.5 out of 10 in support because it's there. Finally, in DPS, if she had specialization, she would score higher. If she had 1 extra forward weapon, she'd score higher. But she does still do brilliantly in DPS thanks to her extremely high maneuverability, great tactical prowess across the board, and obviously the bridge officer positionings. So I will give her 7.5 out of 10 as a DPS vessel. Now, keeping in mind that you can get her for free, and she is a bare bones ship, this is something nice to be said. She is a excellent tier 6 vessel that you can get with basically no effort. Yes, you can also say the same thing for getting the new Tema Raider, and boy is that a powerful ship, definitely superior to this one. But this one takes simply a couple of hours doing some missions, a couple of hours tops I'd say, and not missing one person, whereas the Tema does take some effort, or you could have got it via Zen if you wanted to buy it out right now. On that note to say, I would place this ship quite highly, thank you, and therefore its final overall score with me is the same as its DPS, 7.5 out of 10. If I was going to continue its style and rate its style, that gets really high, but that's for the visual review. So guys, you tell me now, what do you think of her? Do you like the fact that we have a relatively decent raider as a free ship to get with very minimal effort? Or do you wish that she was a bit harder to get and came with a bit better stats? I haven't checked to see if we can get her aesthetic appearance onto the Machala, but since I do have to review the Machala pilot at some point, I will be sure to let you guys know. Guys, thank you for watching. I look forward to reading your comments below. I really do appreciate you watching to the very end of this video, and to the guys credited on the screen right now, a further massive thank you to your simple generosity and support in helping keep this channel alive and make these videos possible. If you wish to join these guys to be credited on screen and in the description below, well, that's where you go. You head to the description below and the links down there. 2 possible ways of doing so. You can either one-time donate or be a patron. Hey, or apparently you can join Twitch. Become a Twitch subscriber, that's another way as well. But seriously guys, thank you for watching. I hope to see you on my social medias, possibly Discord, and maybe you'll consider subscribing to see more of this content. Until next time, fight with honor. Kapla. Take us out. I fancy some blood wine.